This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with Violent Gentlemen, and we're glad to say we're joined with Ciaran McVarnock.
Yep, again, finally instead of a Zoom call.
Instead of a Zoom call, last time, 28th of January we last spoke.
I was, yeah, I was in Manchester. Obviously I'm back home now for the weekend, my birthday weekend, so I'm back home early, so I'm loving being back home, everyone does. I just went and picked up my meals from youve, so I think this one is a Piri haddock, so I'm looking forward to getting turned into that. But again, they help me a lot when I'm back home with my meals and stuff like that. The sponsors have been great to me since I've been in Manchester. If I didn't have any sponsors, I wouldn't be in Manchester. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So I want to thank all my sponsors for everything they do for me.
Yep, exactly. And I know you coming up now 3 months of being back in Manchester, and it wouldn't be possible without sponsorship. I know we keep going on in everybody's interviews, but I think sometimes people forget that sponsorship's the only reason why boxers can keep doing the sport, because it doesn't matter how talented you are, if you don't have anybody behind you supporting you, you know, where can you go in the sport?
It's crazy. People just think of these boxers are making a fortune, blah blah blah, but you've got to invest in yourself also. You've got to pay for nutritionists, you've got medicals and all to pay for, MRI scans and all these other things, your nutrition, everything else. It's not cheap, you know what I mean? So, and you don't know when your next fight's going to be, you don't know when your next payday is going to be. So, you gotta your sponsors help out an awful lot and go towards all that kind of stuff. And again, obviously, get some advertisement from it. But a lot of sponsors, it's not the advertisement they're just after. It's the heart where they know they're helping someone out, they're helping someone get to where they want to be, and they're boxing fans and things like that. So I'm very, very grateful of having these here sponsors on board with me. And
I know when you go back to Manchester, and I think you put up a post, you sort of said about getting meal prep, and I'd sort of said, look, branch out there and get something for sponsorship. But that's not the sort of person you are. You sort of, as a last resort, go to somebody because you know, probably some ways you're sort of going, don't know, I'll see. Obviously, the last thing you want is to get a sponsor involved and have no fight news and stuff as well. So, you know.
That's it. I'm very honest with my sponsors. Any money, anything else I get from my sponsors, I tell them what it's for, what it's going towards. Like, a lot of people say they'll do this and do that there, but as you can see, I get all t-shirts, I get these, I get tracksuits, I go towards my fight shorts, my nutritionist, blah blah, my medicals and stuff like that there. At the minute, not a single penny just goes in the bank, and then I go and
throw in the bookies
and anything, the bookies, and go and treat myself for luxury stuff. I don't do that. I mean, I'm honest. They're trying to help me out, and I do it. I spend it on, and I do what I do with it.
Exactly, and how sort of, I know it's sort of the piss out and the daily sort of, you know, and obviously because you like a bit of crack and stuff like that as well, particularly when you're away from home. Sometimes it's something to put a smile on your face or to wind you up. Probably always get a bite out of you as well. But how's camping going back in Manchester?
No, I'm loving boxing. I'm loving over there. With Steve and things like that there. Obviously, Manchester's nothing new to me. I lived there for a couple of years before. But it's also good to hear from someone like yourself, stuff, have a bit of banter and stuff like that there from people back home. But I'm loving Manchester at the minute. I'm loving the gym, I'm loving training. The people around me, I think, like that, my friends and stuff over there, they're so supportive, and obviously the missus and stuff like that there. Everything's great. I can't fault anything at the minute. I'm loving it.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know it's sort of, when we last spoke, we sort of said we'd catch up and you sort of fight news. Off air, there is obviously fight news coming, but obviously just can't be announced as yet. But you know, it's starting to get to the stage. I know you're coming up now 2 years since your last fight with Alec Baza and the Devonish, but sort of now you're getting to the stage of realising that the training you've been doing is worthwhile, because you're going to be putting on the shorts and put on the mouse guard and getting in the ring again.
I've got a fight date. I've known for about a few weeks now. It's a done deal. It's happening. It's a big show. It's a TV show. It's big news. It's a great fight. I can't wait for it. I honestly can't wait. I should have been allowed to announce it already, but for other reasons I can't announce it. But fingers crossed, I'll be able to announce it in the next few days or even early next week, and I can't let that out there. People are already asking when it is, where it is. People are excited for me, and maybe crowds at it too. So fingers crossed. I can't wait. I can't wait.
And I know obviously we'd sort of planned this, you know, we coming home. I know it's your 29th birthday on Sunday as well. Some people probably think you're 39, but we're going with the legal age of 29. But you know, I know you're home sort of this Sunday, and then you go back to sort of camping Sunday as well for the next phase for hopefully fight news coming. But to get yourself back in the ring, I know sometimes people will go, what do you do it for? You know, like you're as professional as they come. Like you don't have to go back to Manchester and do your training. You could probably do it easy in Belfast, you know, train at home and everything else. But it's the fact that you want to actually achieve something in boxing that's driving you on as well.
It is, yes. That goes on as truth. I've got distractions here in Belfast. Me and Mrs. We always want. You look at our social media and stuff like that. There, we're always doing stuff, and we're always away on a holiday, or doing this and doing that. And in boxing, you can't do that. You got to live the life of a professional. I'm a professional athlete. I've got to live the life of a professional, and I've just got that there now, pretty much. And I'm doing that now, and it's shown with my weight and everything else that how much of effort and the professional lifestyle I'm living now. But if I stay here in Belfast, I'll play that box again, and that's what's the honest truth. I just want to go do this and do that. So I've got to be away. I've got to focus, be in the zone, and just live the life of a professional athlete. So I'm away. I can do all that there. I have no other choice. You know what I mean? And with my trainer and stuff like that, there, he's on the ball. He knows about your weight. He knows about this. He knows about that, and he knows if you're slacking and you're cheating and stuff like that. So that's why I'm in Manchester, because if I go into a fight and live that not so professional lifestyle, I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt bad, and by someone who probably shouldn't be getting hurt of. So for me to go further and progress what I want to do in my career, I need to live a professional lifestyle, and for me to move over there and being with Steve is the right idea.
Right idea. Do you sort of wish sometimes, you know, I know you're 7.5 years now as a pro, but do you sort of wish sometimes I guess obviously experience as you grow older, sometimes you learn things and obviously learn to sort of appreciate what you're through, but do you sort of wish maybe earlier on in your career you sort of had the focus and drive you have now, or I guess it's, you know, sometimes people say what's to be, it happens.
The focus and drive is still the same. You pick up and you learn things as you go on. One thing, I try not to live life with regret and things like that there, but one thing I do regret is not choosing Steve to be my trainer from day one and being there from day one. I do 100% believe if I was there from day one, choose Steve to be my trainer, I'd be going on to bigger, a few more champions and stuff by now. I honestly strongly heart believe that there. Steve is an unbelievable trainer, and I always knew he was a good trainer and stuff. He brought Ty Fangan from the very beginning up to 5-10 world champion and things like that. So I always knew he was a great trainer by going to this gym and sparring some of his lads and things like that. But I never knew how good he actually was until I got there, and what I'm experiencing now is unbelievable. I got to anyone, even if you don't have much experience as an amateur stuff like that, goes to Steve. Steve will make you a champion. Steve Maylett will make an absolute champion, and I can guarantee that. I know Steve will make a champion out of me. I know that. One thing Steve told me before I went over there this time was I'm going to have it harder than I ever had it before, and he isn't lying. He isn't lying, and I am having it harder than I ever had it before. But it's the way he teaches you. I mean, it's nothing's difficult. Everything's simple. Everything he teaches you is simple. It's explained simple. The reason why you throw these shots and you move these feet and everything else. Everything's simple. But Steve's just not just this ordinary coach. I mean, I've got this bond with Steve. I'm getting closer to with him as it was going on. He knows so much about nutrition and things like that. He knows the nutritional side of stuff. Honestly, he knows how to do the business side of stuff for you too in the boxing game. promotional deals, man deals, blah blah blah, money way and stuff. He is a really smart guy, and he can do a lot for you, just away from boxing.
And that's what you need. You need the sort of the vital tools. I know obviously you've your own nutritionist here and Stephen Floyd, and obviously you've your own manager and Kevin Maree as well. But obviously all these things will blend together well because they'll know how each other works, which then is going to get the best out of you as well.
That's it. You gotta have that team. It's a team. It's a team thing at the end of it all, and it's a business as well. So if you have everyone working together and one's not slacking and stuff like that, there, then you're more promise you're going to get good things out of them all together.
And obviously he's a new addition to the stable as well. A few weeks back in Sam Maxwell. So obviously seeing the pedigree Sam had obviously as an amateur, and probably we haven't seen the best of him yet. I know he's supposed to fight for the British title and that fell through in fight week, but sort of having somebody of Sam's pedigree been at the gym as well is probably going to help bring more out of you as well.
Yeah, Sam's a great fella in our ring. Sadly, obviously he might have a bridge to come off title fight there, and as you say on fight week, that fell through. His opponent pulled out with whatever excuse it was, but it pulled out. It didn't happen. I'll get rescheduled again. But Sam's a great fighter. He trains hard. He puts 110% in everything. Him and Steve get on well. You see them training together and they're doing good things. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing that fight getting rescheduled again. I'm looking to see him again actually fight for that their tail.
I'm sure you were probably asking Sam as well. Obviously, he fought Lomachenko twice in the amateurs and stuff as well. So obviously, probably is asking him sometimes going, how hard was it to fight him? You know, I think we spoke about it before. I think we'd said about 1 minute he's here and the next minute he's there and he's playing hide and seek with you. So I guess it'd be good to obviously understand from Sam's point of view.
I think if I asked Sam that question about Lomachenko, I think he'd just avoid it.
Probably been asked that many times about it as well, So obviously 11 fights in as a pro in 7.5 years. All been 4-rounders and things like that as well. So there's been no sort of momentum sort of coming up. Obviously the good thing with you being involved with Kevin, he's probably one of the largest stables about. He's obviously one of your stablemates, Zach's actually signed to Dennis Hobson this week as well, who's another active promoter. So I guess obviously you're in a clique there. It's sort of seeming to bond them well to get you active fights and get you out fighting regularly.
Yeah, obviously Kevin's I think he is the busiest matchmaker manager out there, and during COVID he is too. Kevin's always promised me that he would keep me busy. On my first seeing him before COVID hit, he kept that promise and he'd give me fight dates, blah blah blah. He gave me 3 fight dates right away after things happened with Nicoles, so I got there, and them 3 fight dates, and one of them was on a Jamal Herring at Windsor Park. It's supposed to be on a big show, and obviously with COVID everything fell through. So Kevin has kept his word. He's done it. It would keep me busy, and obviously out of his hands where I haven't been. So it's good to have. Kevin gets on with every promoter out there. Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, Sky Sports, BT, and then obviously he's got Dennis Hubson now with another TV company and things like that. So he's a great manager. He's got good connection, good links, and he works with high end fighters and he works with low end fighters too. So it's good to have as a manager.
And it'll sort of be you sort of repaying him obviously when you can get in the ring and sort of repay the loyalty to him somewhat, because with you not fighting and things like that, sometimes it could be so easy that you go, you know what, Ciaran, it's probably not going to work out the way we have, and probably shows the trust and probably the ability, obviously sees in you as well that he's still stuck by you with everything that's been going on.
Yes, Kevin, I think my fights fell through, and clearly not my fault. I haven't pulled out of any fights for injury, or I just didn't want to fight or anything like that. There was just obvious things with obviously Nicole, with her and stuff like that, which everyone understands. And with COVID, fights have just been called up completely themselves. So a lot of things have been out of my control and out of his control. So, but now everything's starting to open back up again. I've got a fight date, got a big show that I'm on, so things are starting to look up again now.
And for obviously anybody sort of watching this as well, they probably may not understand that Kevin was obviously involved with Carl Frampton. Obviously him starting off in his pro career before obviously things get sort of pulled on the rug from him. So I guess in some ways it's sort of, not that we're comparing you to Carl in any way, but it's getting him another Irish fighter to work with, and he can obviously understand of where the potential can go with it as well. So
Kevin's got that Irish connection himself. Like as you say, he's worked with Carl when Carl was with Jerry Story. When I was with Jerry Story, and then obviously Barry Hearn and stuff come along and things like that there. So Kevin's got the experience of working alongside there. You had him up in his own gym and stuff like that things. So he's got the experience, got the Irish connection, got everything else there, and he's good. He's good to have. He's really good to have.
And as a sort of, I guess it's just getting back out and getting a fight, but I guess obviously hopefully the plan at some stage that Kevin can get you back in a home show in Belfast as well, because probably so many fans here that probably may not be able to afford to obviously go and watch you, you know, in places obviously in England and things like that. So hopefully maybe depending on getting you busy and everything else.
I would love to fight back home, honestly. Belfast, obviously, it's going to be 2 years since my last fight, but with God knows how long it's going to be nice. Well, it will be 2 years since I fought in Belfast, but I want to fight the big show in Belfast. Let people see what I've been doing, the trade I've been learning, as I've been living a professional lifestyle, and how much I've come on under Steve Maylett and things. So I love a fight back home, and if that happens, then it's a bonus for me. It's a bonus.
Yep, definitely. As I say, sometimes it'll be repaying obviously those that helped. You know, and obviously when Nicoles was going through her bad times as well sometimes, so people realise that you're actually a boxer and obviously you're fighting at home and stuff as well, because sometimes people can forget your career when you're not fighting in Belfast or things like that. So obviously, luckily for ourselves and promoting fight news and stuff, we're always going to keep people in the loop, but they want to see you in action sometimes as well. So hopefully Kevin's listening to this, he'll be hoping they plan something down the line for you.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin already has something planned, to be honest. Won't surprise me. He actually said he's going to give me a ring here later on. Actually, literally about 30 seconds before the interview started, so I'll give him a text back and let him know that it'll be free.
Yeah, fantastic. And is the plan sort of still to get down to, I know when we last spoke here, your plans to get down to featherweight?
Yeah, oh God, I'm well on track with that now. I've said it about 4 times on this already about living a professional lifestyle. I'm doing it. And the nutrition side of things, there's my meals there. As when I come back home, I'm not eating chocolate and this, that and the other. A few weeks out from the fight, I've got my weight on track, my water intake, everything else, and just right down to the very gram of food. So everything's perfect. I said I'll make featherweight. I'm going to make featherweight. And believe it or not, it's actually going to be 6 years. 6 years since I've made that weight. It's going to be since I've got that weight, and it just proves. My last fight, I made 9 stone 9 against Alex Baza. I made 9 stone 9 because I was always matched up against opponents that are always going to be heavier. I've always matched up against people who are always going to be heavier, and that's the reason why I've always had to make that weight. I always knew it was going to be a featherweight. I've always had to make 9 stone 9 because your opponent's going to be this weight, so I had to weigh in that weight. My last one with Alex Baza, I can honestly say I struggled to make the weight. With 9 stone 9, again I blew up really heavy, so I did. I'd done the weight myself. I didn't have a nutritionist on board. I've invested now. I've done it right, and it's paying off. It's shown already. I'm at a weight that I've never been at before, so far from a fight, and it's time now to again the professional lifestyle and do it right.
You put it into practice. I guess obviously it wouldn't be kind of us obviously not to mention probably an idol for both of us and Carl Frampton, but obviously an end of an era for Irish boxing, and probably an icon for everybody in this, you know, no matter where you are in Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, anywhere sort of, you know, it's fitting that sometimes somebody retires and all you see is good things about them.
It's sad, you know, it is really sad though. I love Carl. I really look up to him. If any Belfast boxer that I've ever looked up to, past, present, and stuff like that, it's always been Carl Frampton. He's just a perfect role model. He's himself. He doesn't try and be something that he's not. Obviously with the Catholic Protestant things with him and Christine, something similar to myself with me and Nicole. He's a family man. He's down to earth. he's honest. What he sees, what you get with him, and I love all that with him. I love all that, and it's great. And with boxing terms, he's done it. He's been there. He's done it. What he's like in the ring, what he's like in the ring, it's fantastic. I don't know anyone that's ever said a bad word about Carl. I don't know. But it's sad to see the way it ended. I wish I had become 3-time world champion. I really wanted that. It was hard to watch. But again, I'm sure you look back in a few weeks' time and you look at what he's achieved in his life, and he's going to be happy. He's going to do all that kind of stuff again. He's got time for his kids, and he's going to start to live a happy life now.
And I know he always said he was never probably the most talented, but probably the hard work and determination got him to where he was. And you know, he looks back sort of now and goes, I've won 3 world titles, I've been a 2-weight world champion, tried to obviously create history and becoming a 3-weight world champion. So you know, it shows hard work and determination, everything else gets you there. And I say it's obviously, I know Carl obviously helped you a lot, and obviously the football match, he obviously had the fundraiser at Seaview for Nicole as well. Is he not a bad footballer? He always says he's a flying winger.
He actually played well that day. He played really well. I think he played right wing, you know. And he threw in a lot of hefty challenges, really tough challenges, like. He actually played well that day. Big Stevie Ward played a statement. Big Stevie Ward was bad. I remember the nutmeg where my brother Pierce hit him, and wow, the crowd went mad when they seen it. And but yeah, he's helping you out that card with that and stuff, and creating awareness and things like that there, and that football match, and we raised near £10,000 for it. Cystic fibrosis, and it went a long way. Like it really, it's went and helped a lot of people. All thanks to Carl, really. And
I think Shane Todd stole the glamour that day. He had the worldie on the top. Well, did he hit it with his left foot? And I think people still saying it was a fluke now, but I think Shane Todd still has. I think he watches it about 50 times a day. It was clipped.
Yeah, you always see it on Twitter and stuff. He's always putting it up and saying things like Alan Blaney was the goalkeeper at the time, and obviously playing the Premiership and stuff like that, and he's always putting it up saying, you'll see a goal like this against a Premiership keeper and things like that. But it was a good goal, given it was a good goal.
Definitely a fluke though. Obviously, with yourself, what's the sort of plan? You know, I know you always have to have a plan and sort of place it. What sort of plan are you sort of looking at in terms of boxing? Are you looking at Irish titles? Are you looking at British titles? What sort of route would you like to go down?
Probably not an Irish title. I want to push on now. I'm playing Sunday. I turned 29 Sunday. After the peak of my career, really. I want to push on. I don't want to fight for any like lower titles or anything. I want to fight for a meaningful title. Obviously, I've only had 4-rounder fights. For me to fight for a title, I need to have, I think it's an 8-rounder anyway before I'm able to fight for a title. So, obviously, with me moving down weight, making featherweight, and then I'll have to step up the rounds and stuff like that. It's going to be a few fights, obviously, before I fight for a title. Probably early next year, I'm guessing. It depends again what Kevin has for me, how busy, how much shows you can put me on, blah blah blah, and the route he wants to take me. All I gotta do, I just gotta train and fight. That's my job. Whatever he has planned for me, or whatever he has planned for me, I'll do it. But it's not up to me. It's pretty much up to Kevin, my trainer.
And I guess it's sort of, you know, not be a case of keep giving you 4-rounders. Probably be able to look at 4-rounder, probably 6-rounder, and then sort of move it up, because you know, let's face it, if there's something you don't know in boxing by now, you're probably never going to know. You know, and how far you've been boxing. I know sometimes, you know, we interviewed Paddy Gall yesterday, and when Paddy Gall, I think, came off of the fight, he was sort of saying, I don't want any more journeymen. You know, I don't want to be sort of doing 4-rounders, 6-rounders. I want a meaningful fight, because, you know, 29 years of age, you're not with boxing till you're 50. You know, so you sort of have to progress sort of a wee bit quicker now, but, you know, that way it'll come, I guess, whatever way it's meant to.
Yeah, it will come. But again, I've been in the ring for 2 years now. But now I'm just out of the ring for 2 years, out of training too. I've just been pretty much training myself, and that's nothing. But so you have to take that there into consideration as well. I'm not just having fought for 2 years, I haven't been in the gym for 2 years, I haven't been learning for 2 years. And you can't expect me just to have a 4-round fight, then walk straight into a 50-50 fight and fight for a title next straight after. Again, you can't expect that. So it's all about building yourself. I'm at a good age. where that can still happen. I don't have to jump into these big fights. I don't have to jump into these last minute fights or anything like that there. So I still have time on my side. I still have these fights ahead of me. So it will happen, but obviously I'm not in no rush for it.
Yep. And I know when we last spoke, we were sort of looking at the build up of some fights. What did you make of Sean Mccombs' defeat to Gavin Gavins?
It was hard to watch too. You know, I like Sean. Sean, again, wait to see what you get from him. He's a nice fella. I didn't like it. I wanted him to win. I thought he was going to win. I really did think he was going to win. I was thinking, God, he moved down weight. It was anything to do with his weight. He looked, but again, he came out and said there was nothing to do with his weight. He made his weight fine. I don't know. He said he just didn't win nights. I do believe him, you know, because he said there when his boss says it's one of my nights where his shots weren't coming off and he just thought this isn't me and stuff, and it seemed like the frustration took over and he just turned his back and thought, fuck this. That was it. I do believe that because people do get in their positions. I've never been in that position, but there's times where you're out in your street, you're doing this, you're whatever, doing anything in the house, and it gets frustrating. You're like, fuck this here, and you just leave it. Obviously, that's happened to him. Only unfortunately, it's happened to him inside a ring. But will he come back 100%? I think he's so talented. At lightweight, he can still do it at lightweight, yeah. And I hope he does do it at lightweight. I really do. And
I sort of mentioned in other interviews, and it was no respect to obviously Hilo or Maxis Hughes, but you know, obviously them two fought for the British title a week or so afterwards, and you know, hand in heart, I could have looked at it and said Sean beats both of them easy. You know, he obviously was to fight Gavin Gavins again, probably beat him easy as well. He's really talented, and just I guess obviously having a child, he just thought, is it really worth me having a tear up? To not know if I'm actually going to win, you know, and I don't want to really hurt myself. So he has probably matured him a wee bit, but at least now he's at that fight, he probably knows what he has to do next time around, so that he's not in them sort of positions as well.
Yeah, that defeat, he learned an awful lot from that defeat, an awful lot, not just in the ring but outside the ring too. But again, people think that a defeat at you, you're done, you're finished. It doesn't mean nothing. The main defeat can change a person, move them on to bigger, better things. It can actually open other doors for you, because comes to the point where you get defeated and people want to fight you and see a weakness in you. But I think Sean Mccombs will go on and he will win bigger things.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously still the thought of him and Gary Cully teeing it up in the future as well. What did you make of the stoppage in Hilo and Maxis Hughes fight?
It's a hard one to think. Obviously, Hilo, obviously a Belfast man. Of course, I want Hilo to win. But again, that rule, protect yourself at all times, it always comes in, and everyone knows that. Again, but it's a split-second decision where the referee did shoot something. You can see that he did shoot about a break or whatever it was, or I don't know what it was, but I mean, he did shoot something, and the reaction of Hilo was like sort of turn his back. Should he have turned his back legally, as the rule is, protect yourself at all times? No, he shouldn't have. But he did, and you've seen other people break and turn their back as well, and the referee is there to protect them, make sure things are okay and stuff. But I mean, it wouldn't happen to be that time, and the referee thing. So it was just one of the split-second decisions by the referee, and it was bad for Hilo.
And I know that Hilo's obviously since said that obviously the referee apologised sort of afterwards. You know, that he turned his back because he thought he was getting counted. I think he was had a low blow about 30 seconds or so beforehand. You know, before the restarted and everything else. So I think he thought he was getting counted, and obviously I think Maxie probably himself wouldn't have wanted to win the fight in the way he did. Probably rather win it in points or win by a stoppage rather than people talking about, you know, what they were classing like as a dirty Joe and a legal punch. But he was quite within his rights to throw.
Yeah, they were having a good tour up then, to be honest. When it did come to that, obviously both of them were throwing a lot of body shots and were getting stuck in each other. But it did look as if Hilo was taking a lot of not a lot of punishment, but he was getting more than what he was given, and sort of as if he was going to lead that way. but again, one punch. We all know Halo can punch. One punch could have landed and he could have won it, but it is what it is. It's boxing, isn't it?
It is. You obviously yourself, the class is probably one of the veterans probably now of Irish boxing. 7.5 years of pro. And probably I was thinking sort of before we started, thinking there's probably still quite a lot in front of you, but you're probably now classified as a veteran. Obviously been fighting so long. Obviously with Frampton now retiring, James Henderson's now the number one guy in the country. I think pretty similar. I think he turned pro the year before yourself. So I guess it's somebody else to sort of look to now and go, I know you have an admiration of James, that he's just a killer.
He's a great fighter, and obviously look what he's done. He turned pro a year before me. He's only a year or two younger than me, but Mark Dunlop's done a fantastic job. And give Mark Dunlop credit. He took his defeat. I think he's had defeat in every level. He got beat by a journeyman. He got beat at British level.
And world level then?
And world level. And then obviously he's won a British title. He's won a European title. I don't even think he hasn't won is a world title, but will that come? I believe it will, yeah. He's in a great division, in the lightweight division. There's big paydays for him, and you totally understandable why he's took over Carl Frampton's position.
Definitely, and I say it's something to look forward to, and it's people to rally around. Probably people that may be Frampton fans that probably would only sort of support one sort of boxer, whereas now they have a lot more boxers. Hopefully they hook into and obviously watch moving forward. I know you probably put up on your social media afterwards, but you just come back from obviously Manchester, and Nicoles got a nice wee surprise for you in the back garden.
I had no idea about it. Nicoles said to me there a few days ago that she loved to go out in the glamping and a big pod and all that kind of stuff, and then I just walked in the door. You were there. I walked in the door and I was actually heating up my meal, and I looked at the back garden. There's just a big globe with a big bed on it, a big screen, and everything else. Like, wow, look at this, good this. So yeah, she surprised me with that, and it's really nice. It's good, like, but you probably know something on social media. I'm gonna get on that tonight and I'm gonna enjoy myself.
I think Nicole's probably done it. She's probably been used to the bed, being here for the last few months as well, so probably you're snoring and stuff as well. So she's probably using your birthday as an excuse to go clearing your sleeping out in the back garden.
I've got the hot tub out the back. I'll get washed in that, and then she'll just throw me out that there. I've got a TV and I've got a bed, so she'll just sleep upstairs and just say, "Why you out there?"
Just hope there's no more snow to come, or obviously you'll be getting frostbite.
No, I hope there's more snow to go, because then Nicole will book a holiday then, because she hates this cold weather just as much as me. So yeah.
Definitely. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just wanna thank all the sponsors again. I know I don't at the start, but I keep saying it. Without my sponsors, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing I am. Obviously, they'll help me in different ways. Some help me more than others, but honestly, it means an awful lot that my sponsors help me and help me relive my dreams and get where I want to be. And all I can do is just get in there and keep fighting, and hopefully it pays off for them. And I'll keep advertising for them on social media and on my logos and my training gear, blah blah blah. But honestly, it means an awful lot to me.
Definitely, and obviously I know us sort of knowing the fight news sort of to come. We'll be looking forward to obviously your fight news, hopefully breaking within the next week, so we can obviously see the smile back and get you back in the ring, and obviously back to obviously what you're well known for.
Yeah, it will 100% be within the next few days, like obviously within the next week of when this will be. Obviously Kevin's messaging me there last night too about getting the promotional videos and photos and footage and all that kind of stuff done. That will be out. But I can't wait to fight. I just cannot wait to fight. It's been a long time. Itching to get in that ring. I'm a different person. When I'm in there, I'm a completely different person. I'm faces. I just want to fight. I really just want to fight.
Definitely. Well, listen, it was lovely catching up with you. Obviously, we'll wish you all a happy birthday, obviously, for Sunday. 29, so one more before the big 3-0. But obviously, I'll say thanks for catching up with us. We'll look forward to obviously sharing your fight news soon.
No worries, thank you very much.
Cheers.